Hey everybody, this is Miss Florida Hot Picks here, giving you guys another pick 3 workout, and I want to share with you how these triples and false triples can help you guys select hot numbers for your games, okay? And how I do that is I like to use a rundown. This particular rundown is a 317 rundown, and I like to use rundowns because I like to predict patterns. I like to look at how the numbers and the relationship to the numbers are, so I can predict some of the hottest numbers. It's not always guaranteed. I like to practice a lot on paper. I suggest that you pick 3 players, do the same. Don't just go run out and spend the money, but hopefully some of the tips here, the techniques will help you pick better numbers. Okay, so pick 3 Tennessee. We're going to start with you guys. All right, February 8th midday, the hit was 043. Okay, so 043 was the hit. We're going to count this out for you guys so you know how to put this type of rundown together. Okay, so the first the first column, we had 3 all the way down. 3 plus 0 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. Now, when you get to your 2-digit numbers, only use your ones plus your 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. Only use your 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. And 7 plus 3 is 10. Use that 0. Okay? So, you know you did it right. The number you start with will be the number you end with. And then you would add 1 all the way down the second column, 7 all the way down the third column. Okay? The next thing I want you guys to do is pay attention to either triples or false triples. Now, when we think of triples, we think of the numbers 222, 777. Ooh, excuse me. For example, right? But sometimes we have what we call false triples. And false triples are numbers that have mirror numbers. So I want you guys to pay close attention to your left side. Sometimes these will be doubles, sometimes these will be mirrors. And then you'll see a list of numbers that are either triples or what we call false triples. Here you'll see slanted the numbers 772 and 227. Okay? I want you to pay close attention to that. So this goes back to the mirror numbers. Mirrors numbers are the same number, they're opposite. Okay, make sure you know what they are, because if you don't, you'll miss these. Here are the different types of mirror numbers. You have a 0 that could be a 5, or 5 could be a 0. 1 could be a 6, 6 could be a 1. 2 could be a 7, 7 could be a 2. 3 could be an 8, 8 could be a 3. 4 could be a 9, and a 9 could be a 4. So if they're not straight triples, sometimes they'll be false triples. Okay, so pay close attention to this. Sometimes when you see these slanted triples or false triples, it could be telling you guys a couple of things. I'm going to give you a lot of hot information, so make sure you're taking notes. Sometimes it can mean that the hit that just came may be a repeat number. So there's a possibility 043 could come back in the future for Tennessee. Sometimes its mirror number, which is 598, could be coming back. Now, when we talk about mirror numbers, know that in a rundown, if you're doing a long rundown, normally the numbers just repeat themselves after the halfway point. So 043 becomes a 598. The 350 becomes a 805. Some folks don't know that, so if you don't know it, now you know, okay? The next thing is, besides repeats, it could be telling you that these false trips could be coming to your state, like 772 or 227. Those could be hot, okay? The other thing is sometimes numbers come straight across, meaning especially when they're connected to the false triple, like the 667, 974, 281. Sometimes those numbers come straight across, not in perfect order. I didn't say an exact order. Sometimes they don't do that. But sometimes, like states like Georgia, I've seen it in Florida, I've seen it in quite a few states because I study these states. They'll come across, and a lot of times, not all the time, they'll come connected. The other portion, those mirrors, 112, 429, 736 could be hot numbers. So make sure you're paying attention to your state. See how these false triples, when they're slanted, if your numbers are coming straight across, or The other, if there's a repeat that just happened in your state, and there could be one more thing. Sometimes the numbers will hit slanted. Your state may be one of those. Tennessee is both. So look at the false trips, 772. You notice here there's a 960. These are hidden numbers. A lot of people don't know that. And then there's a 584. In its mirrors, we have 415 or 039. So the areas that I've just listed are some of the hottest areas. And this is exactly how I put all my prediction lists and our membership together. This is it. That's the big secret. The thing is, you have to study how these patterns work in your state. Okay? So, a couple things that happen. The 609 actually hit December 10th, literally coming right off. It was 906, but it came 609 February 10th morning. Okay? There was another hit, 497. You see here it's 974, not perfect order. It came straight across. Now do you see why you may want to pay attention to those triples or false triples? But I'm not done yet. How do we know that those particular numbers could come on that particular date? There was 2 hits in one day for Tennessee. Amazing. Amazing. So notice how the 043, how it gave us these hits. It came February 8th. That means it took 2 days to come for the numbers to hit. Okay. I want you to pay attention to the time that it did come. All right. So the February 10th is very important, guys. If we were to add those 2 numbers up, we would get what we call a date sum number. Okay. That's when we add the month and the date together. We get the number 12. However, the number 2 would be the date sum number. Looking in your ones place. Why is this information so important? Because the false triples that you see here are 2s and 7s, which happen to be the same as the date sum number. That was your indicator. Huge indicator. These things are missed all the time. When I talk about this stuff, people look the other way. They don't want to pay attention. Sometimes stuff could be so simple and right in front of our faces. I can't guarantee every time you see them what will happen. You have to practice and study your state. The false trips was the date sum number indicator. So Tennessee, what does that mean? When you see these false trips, pay attention if they're linked to a date sum number. However, sometimes you'll have hits that are linked to the actual date number. Okay, so I've seen somewhere they use the actual date number, which is in the ones place. Pay close attention. They can switch back and forth. Okay, look for what's coming up. Make sure you're keeping a day-to-day track. But yeah, 2 hits right off of here. So you guys don't sleep on those triples. Okay, so pick 3 Tennessee. I hope this helps you pick some hot numbers. I don't guarantee the hits on the channel or in the membership, but definitely I hope this helps. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next video.